Ever wondered how artists and composers manage their performance rights? Well, let's delve into that today. Performance rights, in a nutshell, are the legal entitlements given to musicians, composers, and songwriters. They grant the creators control over who can play their music, where it can be played, and most importantly, ensure they get paid for it. Now, how do these rights get managed? That's where organizations like CAPASSO come in. CAPASSO, short for Composers, Authors and Publishers Association, is like a guardian angel for these creators. They step in and take on the hefty task of managing performance rights for the artists, authors, and composers. You see, when a song is played on the radio, at a concert, or even in a shopping center, it's not just music to our ears, it's also potential income for the creators. To ensure these creators get their fair share, CAPASSO collects royalties. But what are royalties, you ask? Picture them as a small thank you token, a financial return that artists receive each time their music is played publicly. This could be during live performances, radio and television broadcasts, and even when their tunes echo in public venues. CAPASSO works diligently to collect these tokens from across board, making sure that no performance slips through the cracks. Then, they distribute these royalties to the deserving creators, ensuring that their hard work and talent keep paying off, quite literally. But that's not all. CAPASSO also ensures that these rights are upheld and respected. They're like the knights in shining armor, protecting creators from those who might try to use their music without permission or fair compensation. So, that's how the magic behind managing performance rights happens. But what about the mechanical rights? Well, that's a story for another scene. Now, let's delve into the world of mechanical rights. But first, what exactly are they? Mechanical rights, in essence, are the rights to reproduce a piece of music. They come into play every time a song is copied, pressed, downloaded, or streamed. In the past, the term mechanical referred to the mechanical reproduction of music onto physical formats, such as vinyl records or CDs. But in the digital age, these rights have expanded to encompass digital reproductions as well. So what role does CAPASSO play in this realm? Well, CAPASSO manages the mechanical rights for certain artists and labels. This means they take care of the royalties related to the recording and reproduction of music. Whenever a song is played on a streaming service, downloaded from an online store, or pressed onto a physical format, the holders of the mechanical rights are entitled to a royalty. Now, you may be thinking, that sounds a lot like performance rights, and you'd be correct in noticing a similarity. However, while performance rights relate to the public performance of a song, mechanical rights pertain to the actual reproduction of the song. It's a subtle distinction, but an important one. CAPASSO's role is to collect these mechanical royalties on behalf of the rights holders, ensuring that artists and labels receive their fair share each time their music is reproduced. They play a crucial role in navigating the intricate world of music rights and royalties, allowing artists and labels to focus on what they do best, creating and sharing their music. However, it's important to note that these rights can vary depending on the specific agreements and contracts between artists, labels, and collective management organizations like CAPASSO. This is why it's always recommended to seek professional advice or contact these organizations directly to get accurate information about your rights. As you can see, mechanical rights are another crucial part of an artist's income. But remember, these rights vary based on specific agreements and contracts. The world of performance and mechanical rights can be a complex one, largely due to the contracts and agreements involved. The intricacies of these legal documents can often feel like a maze, but they serve a crucial role in defining the relationship between artists, authors, composers, and collective management organizations like CAPASSO. These contracts and agreements are not just pieces of paper with legal jargon. They form the backbone of the music industry, setting the rules of the game. They dictate how rights are managed, how royalties are collected and distributed, and most importantly, they ensure that the artists are fairly compensated for their creativity and hard work. The importance of these contracts and agreements cannot be understated. They essentially shape the landscape of the music industry, providing a structure through which artists can thrive and be protected. They ensure that the music you create is treated with the respect it deserves, safeguarding your intellectual property and making sure you are paid for the use of your work. However, it's important to note that these agreements are not static. they can change and vary based on a multitude of factors. For instance, the specific terms agreed upon between an artist and a collective management organization can significantly influence how rights are managed and royalties are handled. This is why it's crucial to understand the terms of your contracts and agreements. If you're unsure about any aspect, don't hesitate to seek professional advice. Contracts can be complex, and it's essential that you understand every clause and provision. In a dynamic industry like music, where trends can change overnight, having a solid contractual foundation can provide a sense of stability and security. It's a way to ensure that no matter how the industry evolves, your rights as an artist are always protected. Always remember to contact these organizations directly or consult with a copyright attorney for accurate information about managing your rights in South Africa. Armed with the right knowledge and the right tools, you can navigate the complex world of performance and mechanical rights with confidence and ease. You might be wondering, how much do artists actually earn from these rights? Well, let's dive into the world of streaming, a realm that has become a major source of revenue for artists around the globe. Picture this. You're an artist, and your song just hit 1 million streams. Sounds impressive, right? But what does that translate to in terms of earnings? Well, it's not as straightforward as you might think. The amount an artist earns from 1 million streams can vary greatly due to several factors. Let's start with the platform used. Not all streaming platforms pay the same rates. For example, the royalties paid out by Spotify might not match what's offered by Apple Music or Tidal. Each platform has its own unique formula for calculating payouts, which can include factors such as the listener's country and whether they're a premium or free user. Next, we have the artist's contract. The terms of the agreement between an artist and their record label can greatly influence their earnings from streaming. Some contracts might allow the artist to keep a larger percentage of streaming revenue, while others could leave them with a smaller slice of the pie. Finally, the country where the streaming occurs also matters. Royalty rates can differ from one country to another. For instance, streaming a song in the United States might earn an artist more compared to the same song being streamed in South Africa. So, with all these variables, it's tricky to pin a single figure on how much an artist earns from 1 million streams. It could be anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s. What we can say for certain is that streaming has become an essential part of the modern music industry, providing artists with a vital income stream in an era where physical album sales have dwindled. While the exact numbers can vary, it's clear that these rights play a significant role in an artist's income. And that's something worth tuning into. So, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? Let's take a moment to revisit the key points to really cement them in our minds. Firstly, we dove into the realm of performance rights. We learned how CAPASSO, the Composers, Authors and Publishers Association, plays a vital role in managing these rights for artists, authors and composers. They collect and distribute royalties for live performances, radio and television broadcasts, as well as public venue plays. Next, we ventured into the territory of mechanical rights. We discovered that CAPASSO also manages these rights for some artists and labels. This essentially means they handle the royalties related to the recording and reproduction of music. From there, we navigated the complex waters of contracts and agreements. It's crucial to remember that the specifics can change and vary based on the individual contracts and agreements between artists and collective management organizations. Therefore, it's highly recommended to contact these organizations directly or consult a copyright lawyer for accurate information regarding rights management in South Africa. Finally, we explored the potential earnings from 1 million streams, a figure that can be both exhilarating and sobering. It's a reminder that while the digital age has made music more accessible than ever, it's also changed the game in terms of how artists earn from their work. In conclusion, it's clear that understanding the intricacies of performance and mechanical rights, along with the specifics of contracts and agreements, can have a significant impact on an artist's income. And while the world of music rights can often seem overwhelming, organizations like CAPASSO are there to help navigate these complex waters. Remember, in the world of music, knowledge is power, and understanding your rights is the first step to protecting your music and your income.